What if I told you that the best way to sell something is to stop selling? Sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it works. My name is Lisa Hugo, and I'm about to show you how. Over 80% of sales pitches fail because people are too focused on getting the sale, and as a result, they sound too salesy. Now, as a voice and communication coach and someone who helps other coaches get more clients for their online coaching businesses, I have seen it happen over and over again. So today, we're going to flip the script. I'm going to share the no pitch pitch. Because let's be honest, nobody likes to feel like they're being sold something. And the moment they sense this, they immediately put up a block. Now, I can vouch for this personally. If I feel like someone is trying to sell me something and they come on hard, I am out of there. Even let's say if I'm in a clothes store and I'm just browsing around, I'm just minding my own business and I'm checking things out in my own time. Well, if a salesperson would come up to me and they would say, "Oh, you just look amazing in that," I would feel immediately like it's just a line. Or if they start going too hard on trying to help me to find what I'm looking for, I usually can't get out of the store fast enough. Maybe that's just me. My mission is to help you connect, inspire, and offer real solutions without sounding like a used car salesman. So, what is the biggest mistake that I see? People are so focused on the sale that they forget to genuinely care if the product or service is the right fit. They don't really listen to their customers' pain points or speak to their desired outcome. And instead, they spit out all of the features. We've got 10 modules, 20 hours of training, 50 coaching sessions, quizzes, and exercises at the end of every single video. Sounds exhausting, right? And if it sounds and feels like it's hard work, that's a turnoff. Your customer is after the solution, the result, and that's what you need to focus on. They are on one side of the river. They need to get to the other side. They don't care if they have to take a helicopter, a hot air balloon, or drive across a bridge, as long as they get there and in a time frame that meets their goals. Let's talk also about the tone of your voice. You might have the best message, but if your voice doesn't match your intention, it could land very wrong and sound salesy. And that's where the no pitch pitch comes in. It shouldn't feel like you're selling anything. It should feel like you genuinely want to see them succeed and you're offering a solution. So how do we do this? We establish a rapport with the prospect. Make them feel like you care about them, that you understand them, and most of all, listen. Let them talk and you listen. Tune in to how they feel, what they need, and listen for any underlying objections or possible scenarios that would hold them back from taking an action. And then make notes while they're speaking. When it comes to voice, it's really important to use your voice to connect with the correct emotion that you want to portray. When you're learning more about the client and their needs, you need to sound inquisitive, caring, maybe empathic. And when you're coaching them to make a decision, you're going to want to sound like a coach, firm, strong, but without sounding aggressive, intimidating, or pushy. And this all comes through your voice and how you can play with your voice and be fully in control. Now, it's really important that you listen to your own calls back, to analyze and hear patterns that might be causing you to disconnect with your client and then sound salesy. Share case studies and testimonials. Let other clients' success stories do the talking and the selling for you, and do your homework. Before I speak with anyone, I'll have them fill in a detailed questionnaire. I want to know what are their pains, what are their goals, and what's their potential on this call to bring them into a program. I do my research and I search for them on the internet. I check out their social media. I get to know them a bit beforehand. And if they're not a good fit, I'm not going to waste my time or their time. I'll be ethical. I will show integrity, and you should do the same, guys. It goes a very long way. Now, the single most effective technique for not sounding salesy: ask permission. Before I dive in, I'll always ask, would you be open to exploring an opportunity that could change your situation and your future? Give them the choice to stay where they are, go it alone, or get expert help to accelerate their success. Give them the power and demonstrate that you respect their journey. Objections will always come up. Be ready, but not ready with a hard pushback. If someone says, oh, I need to speak to my partner, then I would say, hey, I totally get that, Jon. I need to do the same for an investment of this size. But out of interest, do you think your partner would support you on this? Try to handle the objections during the conversation. So if Jon says, oh, I'm overloaded at the moment and I don't have time for anything that's part of my issue, call him out on this. Hey, Jon, if I heard correctly, you don't have time. Does that mean that you don't have time to commit to working on your skills right now? And if he says, yes, that's right, then address the cost of not working on his skills. And if he definitely doesn't have time, then don't continue with the conversation, because your time is valuable, his time is valuable. Now, if he says, no, I will find the time, but then later on, after hearing about the program and the cost, he says, oh no, I don't have the time, then you can call him out on it. You can say, well, Jon, previously you said, absolutely, it's important to you and you will find the time. You'll also know that time is not the issue. It is something else, because he already said he will find the time, it's important. So it's either fear or it's his finances. Now, it's about understanding their concerns, but not bulldozing them. And remember, make sure you get your head right before you go on this call. No distractions, give them your undivided attention and really listen. So pitching like a pro without sounding salesy is about caring, listening, and offering genuine solutions. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your biggest pitching challenge? Drop it into the comments below. And if you want to dive into further communication skills, then check out my next video. It's right here. Work on your listening skills. And don't underestimate the power that your voice plays in pitching without sounding salesy.